What is up, everybody? This is Chelsea Lee here, live from Frisco, Texas. Still in Frisco, working from home, which is why today I decided not to do my makeup because I'm kind of just in it. So anyways, I'm gonna jump on here. I'm waiting for a little bit of people to come on and then we can start. Okay, awesome. So I see one person. What's up, guys? Okay, I see a few people coming in. Awesome. So I am so excited to be on Facebook Live right now with you guys and just share with you a breakdown of how your credit score works, exactly how everything goes into your score, how it's all calculated, why it's calculated like that. So I'm going to give you some information real quick, and then obviously if you have questions about it, let me know. You can private message me. If you don't understand, that's fine. But anyways, just let me know what's going on. So as you know, I hope you guys are still staying safe out there and just, you know, being like as safe as you possibly can with your families and all of that. I know, you know, we're still going through this whole epidemic and it's crazy, and I am, you know, still quarantined to my house right now, haven't left. Okay, guys? So yes. So anyways, I'm gonna jump in here. Let me know as you're coming in where you're coming from, so I can say hi in the comments, because I definitely want to say hi to you guys. And then I'm just gonna dig into this thing. So if you're getting value out of this, feel free to share, because I'm pretty sure some people do not know about this stuff or have no idea how credit works. And so I'm just gonna kind of dive in real quick. Like I said, if you have any questions, just feel free to private message me or drop a comment in the comments. So anyways, okay, I'm going to break down percentages of exactly how your credit score is calculated, why it's so important, and then we're going to go from there. So the first thing that makes up your score, and you're going to see that, hey Brian, so good to see you. I hope you're doing well too. But the first big part of your credit score and how it's calculated is going to be your payment history, okay? So that score, by the way, that you see, you know, when you go to pull your credit report, when you go to, you know, or when you're going to a dealership and they pull your credit report and they see your credit score, this is what that all compiles of. So 35% of your score and how it's calculated is gonna be by the payment history, guys. So with payment history, you know, obviously that's why any new negative, any new late payment can severely impact your score. Okay, so we're talking about like 70, 80 point drop, okay? Because payment history is a huge chunk of your credit score. That's why you want to make sure that everything's on time, no matter what, always and always, because it will severely hurt your score, okay? So that's the first part. So 35% payment history. 30% of your score is calculated by the amounts owed. So less is more when it comes to this. So if you have credit cards, if you have like an outrageous debt on there, that is going to be another big factor in how your credit score is calculated, okay? So with the amounts owed, you can control this, okay? When it comes to your credit cards are like the biggest thing, right? Credit card debt, all of that. If you continue to manage your credit cards to where you're keeping it below, like if you can get it below 50%, ideally you want to have a 20-30% utilization overall on your credit cards. That's what's gonna continue to keep your score to continue to build, not go down. You do get dinged for when your utilization is like maxed out. If it's over 50%, every month you're gonna get a ding in your score. So it's really important to manage those very well. So I hope that makes sense. So 30%, that's another huge chunk of amount owed. So 15% is the length of credit history on your credit report. So this one isn't as huge as you know, these payment history amounts owed, but with the length of history, 15%, that's still 15% of your score. And so here's the thing that people don't know. So they could have, I'll give you an example, they can have a credit card that has a huge, like let's say 5 years of great payment history. And then all of a sudden this person says, oh, well, you know what? I don't really use this credit card anymore. I don't really care for it anymore, so I'm just gonna close it. So when you go to close your credit card that had 5 years of great payment history, once you close it, it's as if that account was never there. So now it no longer factors into your score, and now it's taking out of the score, your score drops, and you're trying to figure out, why did my score drop? Well, that was 15% of your score, and you just literally closed all your great payment history. So it's super important to make sure that when you have a great length of accounts on there, that you're not just closing, great accounts, because it just doesn't make sense. It will impact you and it will affect your score. Okay, and that's all. When you're looking at your credit report and you're looking at the verbiage on there as far as why the score is where it's at, it's going to tell you that length of payment history is maybe it's too short, or you know what I mean, or you have too many closed accounts now. So it's going to list that out in why your credit score is calculated the way it is on the credit report. But if you don't know how to find that, if you don't know how to read that, that is something I can always go over with you. My consultation is free, just so you know. So we're going to move on to the next part. So as you're coming in, welcome. Good to see you. Like I was telling everybody, I am not wearing makeup today, so sorry. Okay, guys, it's a rainy day, just doing this live, okay? So 10%, this is the next part of the score and how it's calculated, how it's made up. So 10% is new credit. So this 10% is new credit, okay? So this can affect you if you are, opening up 4 or 5 credit cards all at once, right? Anytime you open up too many accounts all at once, that will also impact the score. So it's really important to just start off slow when you go to open up accounts. You don't want to get too many loans at once. You don't want to get too many credit cards all at once, because it will hurt you, okay? Next part, and this is the last part. So 10% is your credit usage. So what this means is your mix of credit. Do you have credit cards? Do you have an auto loan, installments, a mortgage? What does your credit mix look like? Because that also is a great asset when you're going to build your score. So I personally had a client who literally the only thing she had was just credit cards. She had 5 credit cards. That was it. They were all in great standing, but she could not figure out, why is my score not able to get into the 700s? Why is that not happening for me? And so I told her, well, the mix of credit, everything looks great, but your mix of credit is not there. You need more payment history. You're lacking these things in your credit, so here's what we're gonna do. And so we opened up, it's a little small secured loan. She started making payments on it. It came on the report as an installment, so it did help give her a different mix of credit, and it just started to broaden, her usage of her credit and how she uses everything. So it really does help to have a good mix. But because that does impact the score. It does help the score, especially if you're on that verge of 690 to 700, right? It's getting you into a different bracket, so that is important. And your credit report's also going to tell you, you have either a great mix of credit or you have a lack of mixed credit, and it will tell you that. It will break it down why your score's where it's at. I could also look at that for you guys and let you know. So and then after that, so that is a summary of everything, of how everything is calculated. So I'm gonna give you a few facts about credit, and then I'm done, because I know a lot of people probably don't know about this. So facts of credit. So I'm gonna give you a few facts, and I think it's kind of funny, because it's crazy people just really do this. So facts of credit. So there's 144 million Americans who have not viewed their credit score. They have no idea what is going on with their credit within the last year. I personally know people that have not looked at their credit because they know it's so bad. They will ignore it for like years and years. So that's a fact for you, okay? So if you don't know where to check your credit, you could do free annual credit reports with the bureaus. There's consumer sites out there. There's Privacy Guard, Identity IQ. There's all of these sites you can use that are going to give you an idea of where you're at, where you stand with your credit. If you need help with your credit, I mean, it's gonna give you a great idea, okay? Second fact, so on average, most consumers have about 9 credit cards open, which is a lot. But 9 credit cards. So on average, I always recommend to my clients, you always want to have at least 3 to 4 to manage your credit cards. I mean, anything outside of that, like I personally can't do that because that's just so many credit cards. Like 3 to 4 is great to have, to utilize, not forget about, to where these accounts are closing. So 3 to 4 credit cards are awesome. And then third fact, so using more than 20 to 30% of your credit cards will lead to the lowering of your score. So that utilization that I was telling you about, so this is all across the board. So if you are trying to build up your score and every month your credit cards are maxed out, every month, like I said, you're gonna get dinged for it. So the best way that I could tell you guys on how to manage them and give you a tip on this is call whoever your credit card creditor is. So like, let's say you have Discover Bank, call Discover Bank and ask them, when do you guys actually report to the bureaus? And so let's say they say every 10th of the month is when we report. Every 10th of the month, if you have a $1,000 credit card, you want to have that credit card at least around like $250, $300 no matter what, okay? So keeping your credit cards low before that time comes of when they report. So if you are maxed out every 10th of the month, when they report, they're gonna continue to report it like that. A day after, if you pay it down, it does not matter because at that point, they're already showing that you were maxed out. So it's really important just to remember that, put that in a calendar is what I do, put everything in a calendar so that you're aware of that. You don't have to worry about your credit score getting dinged for no reason, okay? Because you can still use your credit cards, just as long as they have it paid down. Okay. Another fact, which a lot of people do not know, is so there was this survey about, so it was like women and then men, and so the survey was, you know, how important is it to you to know the credit score of your partner? And so 57% of women said it was very important that they knew their partner's credit score. 47% of men said that it was important that they knew their partner's credit score. So credit literally affects like you potentially getting married, okay? It affects you getting a job. I mean, it affects so many things in our life that we have no idea that actually really matter to us. I've personally, just so you guys know, have had clients come to me who were about to get married and they were like, we need to hold on a second and work on our credit before that happens. So you never know. It's always good to have great credit. Be prepared, because when you have, you know, that man or woman of your dreams, you want to be on point. And then you could say, I got a 750 credit score, okay, 800 credit score. I'm responsible and I have no debt coming with me. So it's really important. Credit scores are important for that reason, for relationships. And then last fact, okay, and then I'm done. I'm wrapping this up. 0% of your credit score is not calculated, okay, based off of your age, your income, your job, your race, okay? 0% of that goes into your score. So whoever you are, okay, whoever you are working towards being your best self, it doesn't matter who you are. You can have great credit if you make the decision to work on it, to prepare yourself, to start building now, so that, you know, in the future when you're wanting to get a home, when you're wanting to get a new vehicle because your car just broke down, whatever the situation is, or having great rates on your insurance, getting, you know, a new iPhone without having to put down an outrageous amount of money up front. I mean, the credit affects everything. So if that is something that you want and you want to strive towards and work towards, it is very, very possible. You know, and that's also something that I could always look at for you, or I encourage everyone to speak with someone that knows more about credit than you do to get an idea of where to start. So I hope this really helped you guys. I hope that this kind of gave you a little bit of information. I know the last part of this video is like a little silly, but I just wanted to put that out there so that you guys know facts about credit, how it works, what it affects. I mean, it affects not just, you know, us getting approved for loans, but it can affect our relationships. It can affect us getting, you know, a brand new cell phone. It can affect getting a new job. So you just never know, guys. But I hope that this helped. Share this video if it did. And I am so excited. I'm going to give you guys another good value and information about credit very soon. Let me know if you have any questions. Private message me if you do, or drop a comment in. And thank you so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Thank you so much.